Dobereiner in the year 1817. Okay, his name is Wolfgang Johann Dobereiner. He arranged the elements into increasing order of their atomic masses and found that the group of three elements were giving the atomic masses. No, they have some similarities in their properties, but what similarities they have, the group of three elements he have made, that is here you see lithium, sodium and potassium, strontium, bromine, selenium and magnesium. These middle elements, they were having the atomic masses. Middle elements was approximately, the atomic mass was approximately equal to the mean of the atomic mass of the first and the third one. Okay, so what mean that is, let's see what mean of the first and the third. One group, we will take one example of one group, that is lithium, sodium and potassium. Lithium atomic mass is 6.9, sodium 23 and potassium 39.1. He added 6.9 plus, that is 39.1, and divided by 2, he got the answer, that is 23. We say it as a mean. So mean of atomic masses of the first one and the third one, that came approximately as sodiums. Calcium, strontium and barium, he has grouped these according to their properties, that is similar to their atomic masses. And calcium, that is 40.1, barium 137.3 and strontium 87.6. Okay, and then that is he found the mean of these two, and you could see approximately the value is coming same, that is 87.6 and 88.7. So it comes as the strontium's atomic mass. Okay, the third group, that is chlorine, bromine and iodine. Could see chlorine is having atomic mass 30.15 and bromine 79.9 and iodine is 126.9. Got the mean of these two, that is 81.2 and 79.9. It is 81.2 and 79.9. It is approximately the same. The numbers digits are coming close to each other. So the atomic mass is, the mean of the two is coming the same. The other one he has found, that is sulfur, selenium and tellurium. And then he has got the atomic mass. So all these, at least three of these you have to by heart. Dobereiner's triad. Okay, the first three you can by heart and keep, because it might be asked in the exam. So here you could see 79. It is atomic mass of selenium is 79, and after finding the mean he has got 79.8. Okay, so it is approximately the value is same. Now other one, beryllium, magnesium and calcium. See, that is atomic mass will come as 24 after getting the mean, and actually it is 24.3 of magnesium. Okay, so just similarities, all those, that is 24.5 and 24.3, the values are approximately the same. So he was able to group only these many elements and formed into his triad. Now you see what has happened here. He tried to group these magnesium, calcium and strontium as they were having the same property according to the atomic mass. He has grouped them, but he has found that calcium was not obeying his law. So this group was not made. After that he further stopped giving out his laws, that is other elements were not following all these mean of the atomic masses or following his law. So he stopped his discovery, or his whatever he wanted to group the elements, he stopped there his work. So here you see the calcium was not following the law of Dobereiner. Okay. So Dobereiner, all those known elements, what was further the elements were discovered, these elements were not following the law, so he was not able to classify these elements according to his law. So this method of classification of elements was not at all of any use. So he stopped there. Okay, so his limitations were there. Some of the limitations were further elements were not. The another scientist came into picture, that is Newlands. He tried to again classify on Newland tried to correlate these atomic masses of elements, and he to group the elements according to the increasing order of atomic masses. And further, what he learned from these or what he wants to tell us. Okay, so what it is. So John Newland tried to correlate the atomic mass of elements with the properties in 1866. Newland arranged all the elements according to the increasing order of the atomic masses. You could see 56 elements he had put it into a tabular form, and after arranging these elements he found that the first element and the eighth element have the similar property. So he grouped these eight element and the first element below each other. You'll find the hydrogen and fluorine is having similar property. Okay, lithium and sodium, also lithium, if you take consider lithium first element, then sodium becomes the eighth element, and they have the similar property. Barium and magnesium, they also have the same property if you consider barium first and the magnesium. If you take fluorine as first, then chlorine comes as the eighth. So he went on arranging these elements. Then he found that the elements are arranged like the notes of music. Notes of music have eight notes, you know that. That is our Indian notes, we call it as saptak, correct? Okay, so first note and the eighth note comes the same, only there is a difference in the frequency. So our Indian seven main notes we have of our Indian music system. You know that sa re ga ma pa dha ni, and then comes again the sa. That sa is the greatest frequency, higher frequency than that of the first. So that sa and the eighth one, that is eighth note, again it is the higher frequency sa. So all these, those who are studying or those who know music better, they will able to understand. So he compared his classification of elements and grouped these elements according to the seven notes. So he gave them as octave. Octa means eight, correct? So in Western music, we too have the seven notes, that is do, re, mi, fa, so, la, thi, and again it comes the higher frequency do. So he grouped these elements under these eight notes, okay, and he call it as octave. We call it as saptak. Now in Western we call it as octave. So this music is created, all the music around the world created by using these notes. Okay, so what limitations he had, Newton, we have some merits. It was of some use, that is hydrogen, fluorine, if you could see they have similar property. They were having this application, whatever he was using only was applied till calcium. Further, all those were not obeying his law. So you'll find aluminium and chromium. They were not having similar property, even though aluminium and chromium is the eighth. We'll find cobalt and nickel also in that was grouped in one box. Okay, cesium and lithium was also grouped in one box. So this was his drawbacks, that is the limitations. Okay, so what was not able to put these elements into different box or different groups, and there were many elements which were going on discovered, because there were many elements in the nature, and he did not leave any place for these elements, and these elements was not at all following the law, what his law, that is octaves. Okay, so these did not work out for many time. You could see cobalt and nickel, it was having the same property of iron, but where iron is and the cobalt and nickel, this cobalt and nickel was put below chlorine or either in between the chlorine and bromine, which was showing different properties. Okay, and they were not following that eighth law. That means if hydrogen and fluorine and chlorine, they are all having similar properties, and they are all gaseous, but in between he has put cobalt and nickel. So this was not able to, and many of those newly discovered elements was not at all been put into his law of octave. Okay, so was not able to fit all these things. Further, one more scientist came into picture, that is Dmitry Mendeleev. We'll study about him later on. Okay, thank you.